Hello and welcome to Books with Alison. I am Alison, and today we are reviewing The Compound by S.A. Bodeen. It is an awesome book. It's a young adult book. My daughter, who's in seventh grade, said, Mom, you have to read this book. It's about this family who lives in a compound, and there's a nuclear war, and it's so good. And I started guessing at what kind of little plot twist it could have, and she would not give it away. She's like, you have to buy this book. So I got it off of Amazon, read it in like 2 days. It's a really easy read. It is so well done. So the book goes really fast, which is great because she gives you the sense of you're actually living in this underground compound with this family. You really get into the main character's head, their feelings, their desires, what they're missing from the real world, and also kind of like their fears and how they deal with living as a family in this underground compound, and they're supposed to be there for 15 years while the world is changing and healing from whatever's going on outside. They have no idea. There are a lot of little surprises and a lot of really big surprises, and that's what I loved about this book. I couldn't read the pages fast enough to get to the ending because it was so gripping and it really put you in that space, like I said. The main character is a little boy. Well, he started off as a little boy who lost his twin when they were getting into the compound in an accident during the emergency. So he's really growing up without half of himself. And that loss is so real in the way that she writes this book. You really feel it for this child and this family and the things that they are going through. And he's incredibly intelligent, and the way these little things are signaled throughout the book, you start to wonder if, like, all right, was this actually an emergency or is this pre planned and thought ahead? And it really brings you into that world. The hardest part in the book for me reading was the main character Eli's difficulty in developing relationships with his siblings and his parents. And after they went underground, he had a really hard time with touching, hugging. He didn't want anybody to touch him. He hadn't touched anybody in so long, even though they live in a compound. It's actually huge underground. So they don't have a lot of interaction with each other if they choose not to. So it's a really interesting way to have set this up. And of course, that there's this mysterious inability to understand what's going on outside in the real world, what's actually connected. Each family member seems to have their own secrets about their life, even though they're younger. There's so much involved. I really, really love this book. Highly recommend you read it. I don't want to give away any plot twists or surprises. There's a ton of them. So get this book. You'll love it. It was great. And I'll probably be reading it again with my son as when he gets into seventh grade. He'll love it too. So if you've read this book, let me know what your thoughts are. I would love to hear what your thoughts were about the book. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you add? What would you take away? If there's books that you're reading right now that you love, I want to hear about them because I love recommendations on books. So thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like this video and subscribe so you stay tuned with all of our weekly videos. Thanks.